ambitions, and they all figured out how to conquer the internet, and now they're all successful. It's the number one reason people succeed is because they focus on things that have high potential consequences, and the number one reason for failure is people focusing on low value activities. If you want to start a successful business, you need to be locked into your goals. You need to focus and fail fast. Thomas J. Watson said, if you want to increase your rate of success, you need to double your rate of failure. Direct your attention, time, and resources towards your goal and execute. The quicker you fail, the earlier on you learn what works and what does not. Get those setbacks out the way now and focus on your goals. The quicker you can do that, the quicker it will come. This video is everything you need to know about how to start a business, the mindset and resources needed to do so, how to plan and execute your ideas, setting up an LLC, business banking, and tax benefits. It's a pleasure to share this knowledge to the world with the help of businessman and real estate investor, Isaiah Kampmann.
What up, yo? My name is Isaiah Kampmann. I am a young investor and founder of Kampmann Enterprises. I come here today to share with you guys some knowledge that I have, gained along the road of this business making. I founded this business at 19. It's a young thing. It was a big leap for me to do. Everybody can do it with the right mindset. You guys can get your business started and get it running.
We're gonna dip right into what mindset does it take to become a business owner? What do we need to know before we start the business?
A lot of the big things that people have is fear. There's no way to cure it, but with consistency again and commitment, you can escape it. Baby steps, that's what I like to say. One step at a time. When I started this, the only thing I had was an idea. I decided that I wanted to go into real estate to continue to make money for, generational wealth. I didn't want to be somebody that just got rich, somebody that just had money and didn't know how to spend it or at least invest it. One of those mindset holdback barriers is fear. And then another one is a lack of knowledge. This one to me was a big one. It hits home a lot because I gain new knowledge every day. I gain knowledge from different outlets, different people, different ways. A lot of the people that I know don't have the knowledge or don't have access to that knowledge to continue to get to that next level. And that's one of the biggest things that I've seen.
Yeah, definitely. You got to unlock that knowledge. It's all on the internet, YouTube. You just got to sit down, do research. Even with the new AI coming out, you can go on ChatGPT and look up some business ideas. You can look up outlines for businesses. You just got to use your resources and get out. Unlocking that knowledge is something that a lot of people, they're not doing nowadays. They just have to break through that initial barrier of I can't. So what are some ways that people can look for knowledge?
I love mentorships. A lot of people don't like spending money on mentorships because they could be like, oh, it's a scam, it's this, it's that. But if you really do your research, you look into the person, you look at their credibility as a person doing the teaching to you, it becomes worth it. I've done 2-3 mentorships now that have got me to the place where I am. I've gotten one that completely helped me structure my entire business, which I'll show you guys later in the video, step by step, baby steps. The thing you want to do here is you don't want to reinvent the wheel when it comes to business. The wheel's already there. You just want to make another one and keep it spinning. You know what I'm saying? Add them next wheels to that cart, keep it going. That's how I like to view it. A lot of people think that, you got to come up with an invention or something brand new or take the new way to do things, make something your own, I guess kind of way from the start. But you don't. You could take a blueprint and then make it your own in the future. I wouldn't say, copy everything word for word, step for step with every single person, but that's where that, making it yourself comes along in the future after you kind of know what you're doing with what they've got.
Yeah, and with business, you got to change your perspective, rewire your brain, and open up your mind to other possibilities. Stay optimistic and positive in the tougher situations. If you could stay strong-minded, then you're going to be ready for those downfalls, those challenges. You're just going to be able to persist through that because you have the mindset in order to do so. Business owners don't get paid every week. We don't get paid until the business is profitable enough in order for us to take money away from the business without affecting the operations of the business. You have to be selfish with your time, money, and effort now so you can be selfless later on. Give it all to yourself and your idea now so you can reach success. Then you can help others later when you get to where you need to be. But right now you got to be focused on getting to where you need to be. Dig deep and ask yourself, why are you in this? What is my motivation? What pushes me? What drives me? What is that driving factor that gets me to wake up every single day and do what I love to do? And also focus on your network, because your network is your net worth. Social media, LinkedIn, meet people in real life, networking events, increasing your network, your connections, the people that you can hit up and say, hey, I got this business idea, or hey, I need you to fulfill this end of the business deal. Once you build up a phone with all those networking connections, you're going to be set. And it's just about getting out, stepping out, meeting people, and saying the first word. Also, you got to manage your time very, very well. You got to balance all your priorities. You got 24 hours in a day. That is plenty of time to go to work, to focus on your business, and to focus on your family. So you just got to delegate that time and stay disciplined. Also, reward yourself to avoid burnout. If you're going out and you're hustling every single day, 12, 15-hour days, you're going to get burnt out. So you need to reward yourself. You need to go out. You need to have fun with your family. You need to take those few days off and just focus on your mental health, but definitely reward yourself. Also, the most important thing when you're starting a business is to have that belief in yourself. If you believe it will work, you'll see opportunities. If you don't believe it will work, you're just going to see obstacles. So change your perspective and you'll change your life.
You guys are so used to trading your time for money. You guys need to start looking at things as, I'm trading my money for time. So back to this mentorship, you'll sit there on YouTube for 3-4 months, maybe 5-6, just on a side hustle, trying to figure out how to get it going, how to get everything rolling, and how to get all the back end working, right? You get a mentor for the same thing. In a week, he's got you moving. You know, it's $2,000, but in a week, he's got you up and running. He's got you, getting those deposits coming in. He's got you a good side hustle, no matter how much is coming in. $1 a day keeps the doctor away. That's what I like to say. It's definitely huge also taking care of your mental and your physical. That's something I'm big on. That's something that comes first. Before making money comes yourself. And you guys got to realize you are not money. You are not a currency. You shouldn't look at yourself as holding value. Nobody holds a certain amount of value. You can provide value. You can be valuable in the actions that you take. But as a person, you shouldn't look at yourself as valuable, because then you'll attach yourself to money. And money, you don't want to let money overcome yourself, as in your own health, your own physical, things like that. I work out every day. I have a strict, body regimen. I take vitamins every day. I take multiple supplements. I eat well. I don't eat out very often. And to the people that know that I eat decently amount out, don't say nothing about that. I read. Reading is huge. You guys hate reading, but you guys don't have to read things that you hate. You don't have to read business things either. There's tons of genres of books out there, from history, nonfiction, fiction, science fiction, things like that. There's all kinds of things. Everywhere can suit your needs. And just getting in them words in your head, just reading them, looking at them every single day will get you not only your vocabulary, but your mental stability up every single day. It'll make you feel better, almost like a workout, You
got to prioritize your health. It's vital for maintaining focus, resiliency, and creativity. Get your sleep, eat right, work out, drink a lot of water, meditate, self-reflect. But take care of your mind and take care of your body, so your body and your mind can take care of you and give you the energy you need to be able to do what you need to do, the focus and the creativity part. You're going to be more creative when you have that energy and you're eating healthy, getting your sleep, taking care of yourself. When I wake up, I try to wake up at the same time every day and stick to my routine. I try to meditate, read, work out in the morning before I start my day. Then, I'll focus on school or podcast until I sleep. I know exactly what I gotta do in my routine and what I gotta get out the way. I take care of my body, so it allows me to think more clearly and be more productive while doing so. Neglecting your mental health can lead to burnout, decreased productivity, and impaired decision making, so definitely take care of yourself. What are the initial steps an entrepreneur should take when they are starting a business?
I've started 2 businesses now. When I look at a business, I like to do a checklist kind of thing, tier it off in, these categories of capital, time, difficulty, enjoyment, and scalability. Capital, you need money to start almost everything. All businesses, things need to run, things need to move. Money needs to be generated somehow. If you don't have a certain amount of money to start that off, it's going to be a lot harder of a process to do so. I like to look at capital and how much I'm going to need in order to start that. Also time. Time is big. If you're comparing 2 businesses, say wholesaling and trading, you can do trading. It'll take about an hour and a half a day. You can learn, you can trade, you can do all that, take about an hour and a half a day. With wholesaling, you're on the phone, you're cold calling for hours at a time. I'm talking 3, 4, maybe even 5, 6 hours before, you get a hot lead, a warm lead, something that's going to get your business moving more. So time is something that I like to view big when it comes to that checklist. Difficulty as well. Again, back to that, having access to knowledge. If you don't have access to the knowledge to do something, it's going to be extremely difficult. A lot of things that people don't necessarily look at when it comes to making a business is the back end. What softwares are you going to use? How are you going to get these things out to vendors? How are you going to get these things out to customers? Marketing, things like that, setting a budget. Without knowing the difficulty of something, you could dive into something that would take you 4 or 5 up to 10 years to get to the point where you want to be. And that's not something necessarily everybody wants to do, myself included. Enjoyment is the next one. I think enjoyment's huge. If you're not doing something you don't love, stop doing it. It's not going to get any better anytime soon. Do something different. Do something better. Or work harder. Get out of that position. Put yourself in a position where you're going to enjoy life and what you do every day to make money. And then the next one is scalability. Scalability is definitely one of the bigger 3. I like to say the big 3 for me is capital, time, and scalability. But scalability is all about how big can you grow this business. So when it comes to, let's take trading, right? You can get 4 or 5, trading accounts that are funded, and you could grow your own personal account, but you have to do a lot to get these individual accounts. So you're only making a certain amount of money for a certain amount of time, and then it's going to take you longer to continue to get more to grow. When it comes to real estate, it's a longer time period. So instead of waiting maybe a year, 6 months to pass the challenge on your funded account, and you get this funded account for $200,000, now you're taking withdrawals of 25, 30K every single month. You have to wait 10 years or however long it takes this property to pay itself off with the mortgage before you can really do anything with it. It's really all about scalability. When I compare 2 things, say trading and real estate, I like to say, so with trading, you can only do account by account. You can only do so much, right? And it's going to produce however much money. With trade, you can make a prop firm. You can have 4 or 5 accounts that are $200,000 accounts, pull out at the end of a month $100,000 every single month from a trading account. When it comes to real estate, it's going to be a lot slower and a lot harder because you have to wait that time. Rent, you have to pay off mortgage, you have to pay off PMI, insurances, things like that. You have to wait for your mortgage to be paid off before you can sell the property and continue to grow. So scalability, when it comes to scalability, I like to look at 2 different businesses. Let's do credit consulting and real estate, business real estate. So when it comes to real estate, I can go from single family properties to doing multifamily, condos, 4plexes, triplexes. And then once I get done with that, I can transfer into commercial, and that's huge. The scalability on real estate is really high. But when you compare it to something like a consulting business, it's not as scalable because you can't do everything on your own. You can't buy a property, wait for the mortgage to get paid off, and keep going and keep going. You'll end up either topping out or having a select amount of clients that pay you enough that your business runs and you make the amount of money you want. You can continue to grow, you can continue to more, but it takes more procedures. You can do all kinds of commercial real estate on your own. The scalability of that by yourself is so easy. When it comes to credit consulting, it kind of caps out at how many clients can you get and how fast can you get these clients situated. And sometimes it does take a long time. Sometimes people have 13, 14 derogatories on their account. It's hard to actually get those things done because it's a process. It's not an overthink night. So when it comes to scalability, I like to look at how much I can make, how quick, and when it's going to cap out on that money scale, I would say.
Yeah, steps when you starting a business. First, you got to do your initial research. Figure out what is your target audience, what things do you love to do, and find other similar or successful businesses and study those. Make a business based off something you love. If you love it, you're passionate about it, and you're more likely to sell your goals, dreams, or ideas to others. Choose a target audience that you care about and that you know that you can relate to, or that you can grab their attention. Analyze your plan. Determine how much time, capital, and knowledge you need. Okay, how much time is this going to take? Is this going to take months? Is this going to take years? Be patient with success, but figure out how much time, set realistic goals. Capital, if you don't have initial capital up front, you need to figure out how to utilize credit, which will be in our final segment that we got going on for you guys. So definitely check that out, especially if you're starting to run a business. Definitely make sure you got the capital and make sure you got the knowledge for it. Make sure you're constantly seeking knowledge on the internet, figuring out things, going to mentors. Mentors are very important because they're doing what you want to do. Mentors, you can learn from them way easier than you can the internet because that's a person that's actually doing what you want to do. They're in action And you literally just got to mimic their mindset, what they're doing, and observe them. If you can observe an actual person, it's way easier than learning off the internet. Because, I mean, the internet's the internet. And a person that's actually doing it, living the dreams that you want to live, it's just way more realistic to see yourself in that position. Make an official outline. Figure out what employees you're going to need. If you're starting it out with just you, that's perfectly fine. But figure out what employees you're going to need down the line. With this podcast, I know that down the line, I'm going to need, a social media marketer, and I'm going to need an editor down the line. I'm running it by myself right now, but I already have an idea of the people that I would need to bring along on the team in order to expand this how I want to expand this. The last thing that I would say when you're starting a business is try not to spend as much money until you see results. Like with my podcast, I decided to spend a bunch of money, but I was able to justify it because I know that this stuff has multi-purpose and I'm going all in on my dreams. But when you're starting a business, it is best to try to not spend as much money as you can until you start to get results. So if you're starting podcasting, start on your phone, build your credibility, learn, get on the internet. And if you're on your phone for a year and then boom, you switch and you get all this gear after, a few sponsorships or whatever, after you build your name up, then it can be justified. But try not to spend too much money because a lot of businesses fail. So as long as you just invest in the other areas of the business and try not to put too much money in initially, you'll be okay. Now, I'm not saying don't put money in your business 2-3 months down the line if you're seeing some sort of success. By all means, do so.
And I want you guys to remember that this thing is step by step. When it comes to making a business, you can have everything planned, mapped out the way you want it to be, but something's going to go wrong. With everything I got going on in real estate and wholesaling and things like that, when I wholesaled one of the deals that I did over a software online, I ended up actually writing a lot of the purchase agreement wrong. So when it came back to me, the title company actually charged me a fee. Granted, I know now, but something is always going to go wrong when you're starting or doing things, in the beginning of every business that you start, no matter what. Something's going to go wrong. There's going to be a few oil spills that'll throw you in the ditch, but just prepare for that. Prepare to fail when them failures hit, get those out the way, and you'll be a much more successful business owner.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, try to fail. Fail as quickly as possible because the more failures you take early on, the quicker you're learning. So basically, look at it as a video game, right?
Exactly. I do the same thing. Yeah. I do the same thing.
Once you fail, you've made it to the next level. And people don't look at it like that. They think, I failed. It's a setback. No, you made it to the next level.
It's almost like memorizing the hardest level you've ever played. Once you understand where you fail and where it goes wrong, you improve that, boom, like that. Mm-hmm. Everything you got going on, snap straight up. To the ceiling, through the ceiling, for real. Through the ceiling.
Yeah, but definitely just focus on taking those failures and just learning what you can from it, and also learning from other people's failures.
Exactly. The mentorships are always gonna have your back. You watch them fail, you fail at the same time. You guys are gonna come together and make a beautiful car. You feel me?
When you're starting out and executing your business, really good strategy is to provide value without anything in return. I mean, now this doesn't work for everyone, but let's say you have skills in video editing, right? All right, so I've been seeing this dude on TikTok. He goes up to rappers and stuff, and he'll show them a music video that he has, done for another rapper, and then he'll be like, "Hey, can I, record a little segment real quick?"
You're talking about like the NLE one where he went to the zoo and stuff.
Yep.
You guys gotta check him out. That was cool.
Yeah. So what he does is he gets all these raw little music video clips of these rappers. Eventually, he's got to a point where he's getting millions of views. He's got a platform and a name for himself, and he didn't charge these rappers nothing. But what he got from being able to provide value to these rappers, the exposure he got, everything, it just led to him in a success. It's a successful business model because he has all the attention, and now these rappers are actually hitting him up for music videos. Hey, I like this. This was nice. I need you to come do this. So definitely try to provide value without anything.
That was a fire explanation circle. That was fire. That was fire. That was fire.
Yeah, and as the business starts to grow, hire more people and delegate responsibilities accordingly. You can't do everything yourself. And when you're trying to be a business owner, you have to get out of the hustle mindset. Right now, you need to start out in the hustle mindset. Starting your business, you need to hustle. You need to grind. But once that business starts to build up and it's profitable, you need to start looking to bring other people a part of the team and delegate tasks so they can run the business efficiently and your hands are off.
Hey man, if you weren't listening, go back a couple minutes and listen to everything he just said, because that is almost completely spot on with how you want to grow yourself as a person and in media. Like, rewind and listen to that.
Do so. So I wanted to step into, the legal steps, starting an LLC, taxes, things of those sorts.
Totally.
So what are the legal and regulatory requirements for starting a business?
So legally, there's no legal requirements. As yourself right now, without a business, you are what they call a sole proprietorship. So you can do that on your own. You just have to register that with the state. That's the same thing you do with an LLC. That's the free way to get an LLC if you guys didn't know. You guys can go to InkFile, or there's another one. InkFile is the way I did mine. It was a paid way. They gave me an agent to make sure my taxes were done every single year. So don't ask me about taxes. I don't know how to do them. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You want to make sure you have a few things when it comes to actually after you get your LLC started. So when you get your LLC started, again, you can do it the free way through your state. If you go through your state, look up your state name, the name of your state, and then state.org. So for Illinois, it'd be illinoisstate.org. But you would just go there, navigate your way through to find out how to register your LLC. I did mine through InkFile. So I honestly, that's the only thing I can tell you about how to do it for free. You are able to do it for free. If there's anything else you guys need to do, again, go to YouTube and research this. This is going to take some time for you guys to actually do. There's a few things that you want to do after you get your LLC registered. You want to make sure you have your LLC name, you have your banking account. If you don't have a bank account, it doesn't matter. Whatever bank account you have right now that you use for personal, look at the business side and apply for a business checkings and savings account. Throw 10, 20 bucks in there, and then you're building a relationship with whatever business side. But you need that, honestly, you need that for your taxes at the end of the year. Otherwise, you're going to get super confused. You're going to look back at your statements on your personal side, and you're going to have to pick out every individual business expense. It's not fun. I did it last year. I had to sit with an attorney for like 3 hours, and we went through all my statements for like ever. It was the most annoying thing ever, and it's terrible to do. It's a waste of money and it's a waste of time. So when you guys get your business started, make sure you get your business funding account, set up, business banking account set up. You want to make sure you have your EIN as well. That's basically like your social security number for your business. It's amazing. There's a few things you can do with that. You can get like a no docs loan at credit unions. You can go get your business credit sitting at your commercial, Chase, American Express, whatever you want to do. But you can get those things with an EIN instead of your social security. And it's just got a lot more benefits. Like it doesn't report to your credit or your personal credit profile, things like that. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have an accounting software. So I use QuickBooks. That's like it actually does your taxes. So whatever you spend on your business account and your checkings account, it basically reports it to your QuickBooks and it does all your taxes for you at the end of the year. It's TurboTax for business, but you want to get those things set up. You also want to make sure you have a website. So when you go to the bank for funding, they're not going to look at your social media. They're not going to look at your TikTok. They're not going to look at your YouTube. They're not going to look at your Twitter, whatever, Snapchat, whatever it is. They're going to look for a website. They're going to look up, are you available to look up on the internet? You want to make sure you have your website structured, your LLC registered, a business bank account, your EIN, and then some kind of accounting software. And then you'll be almost completely set up. I have a few things here that I have in my own LLC. This is my real estate LLC binder. I've got a few things in here. Articles of organization, federal EIN, my LLC operating agreement, and my statement and resignation of organizer, my banking resolution as well. So the first few pages are just going to be my articles of organization. Those are like how the business works, things that go inside of the business, the actions that happen inside of the business. Again, your EIN, that's very important for when you want to go through credit and stuff like that. And then your operating agreement. So say you're running a real estate business, right? And you have an operating agreement. This operating agreement, you want to have it set so it's got rules. Say you have a tenant that's trying to sue you because you upped the rent at a random month throughout the year. You can do that again. If you own a property, you can up rent to whatever you want. Like it's your property. You guys need to realize that it's your property. You can do whatever you want with it. You're paying the equity into that house. So you're putting equity into the house. So you can really rent it out for whatever you want to rent it out for. It's whatever. I could rent out a shack for $2,100, but you guys got to remember it's Illinois and that's the laws in Illinois. So if you're anywhere else in the United States or anywhere else in the world, look for your laws, make sure that that's something you guys are able to do. So you guys want to make sure that your operating agreement is finished. You guys want to make sure you got your articles of organization and your EIN. And then when you guys go view and watch our credit video, you guys will see how to get credit funding and business funding with just your EIN, your website, everything that you got basically from here. So you guys will get everything from here. You guys can go do all of that. You can go check out our credit podcast, and then you can go get funding for your business and get everything rolling.
Yeah, the most important thing that I'd say right now, you need to figure out your plan and the time that you're going to need, and you're going to have to delegate time to execute that plan. It's not very much paperwork you got to do, really just setting up the LLC, creating the operating agreement. That stuff can take you 1 week if you're, dedicated, focused. Paperwork might take a little while, but still get that out the way, get your business started and start taking action. Don't worry about money going in. If you're just straight focused on the dollar sign in your head and you absolutely need to make this money, then the business can go either way. You need to focus on providing value and building your business to be functional, especially without you. You want your business to be able to function without the presence of you eventually. So make sure that you're just staying dedicated, doing what you got to do, doing your research in the field, staying on top of trends, basically being there for yourself and your business at the same time. It's all about time management and how you manage your time.
Yeah, setting up an LLC is really easy. I just wanted to add a few things onto, what I said earlier, but you also want to make sure you have a business email, a website, and a phone number, all individual from your personal. Because when you go to get funding for a business, this is what they're going to look at. They're going to look at, hey, is his business address the same one that he lives at? Is his phone number, his personal phone number, things like that. You guys want to make sure you guys are set up. And when you go to a banker to get funding, you guys look so good that you guys cannot get denied for funding. That's the way you want to do. And you guys definitely want to take your time on this. You're not going to get the money in the first month, 2-3 months. It took me 6 months. 6 months. I think I lost around $8,000 total funding the process of everything I was doing every single month. But I lost around $8,000 basically just trying to get my first deal in wholesaling. You guys don't have to go through that. There's so many things that you guys have when it comes to the internet nowadays. You guys can look up the free way to do everything, and you can make your mistakes for free. You guys don't have to do it the way I did. You guys don't have to do it the way anybody else. I did it my way because that's the way I wanted to do it, and I felt that was the best way for me. A lot of people are gonna say, yo, you lost $8,000. Oh, but I made 20. It's not like a ton of money, but again, I made $12,000 positive instead of just to learn how to do something. And when I go back to that, when I get back to the wholesale segment of my business, I'll be ready to do these services and provide the value that I have basically for free. The things that you researched, the things that you went through, the things that you made mistakes on are going to be things that turn out to be what help you to become profitable. So when I go back to that part of wholesaling, it's going to be a lot more successful, a lot faster than the last time I did it. You dig?
Yeah, and hear me out real quick. The secret to starting a successful business, empire, whatever you want to start, is having a team of like-minded individuals who are behind your back, who share the same values, goals, and motivation to excel in life. Hey, if you can get 10 people together, if you can get five, if you can get five. If you get five people together who are focused on the same goal, there's nothing that's going to stop you guys.
You will all be successful.
Yes.
You will all be so successful. Yes. This is a personal experience thing. This is what I have to talk to you guys. A lot of my friends, and this is none towards you guys. I know you guys are going to end up watching this video. I know you guys are going to end up watching this. But a lot of my friends are not motivated in the way that I am. Yep. I am so motivated to make money, to gain generational wealth, to free myself, to get that financial freedom, get out of the rat race, get out of that stuff. There's few people in my life that I have met that are this focused on becoming extremely good at producing money, doing valuable things, continuing to grow themselves. There's not many people that I've met. You were one of them, and I'm so glad I've met you.
You too, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad I met you, bro. Like it's definitely something that I'm gonna use to my benefit in the future. You're gonna be something of an asset for sure. But a lot of the friends that I kind of grew up with and stuff, they're not as motivated as me. So like he said, you got your net worth is your network. You guys got to get with 5 people, those 5 people that are motivated and doing the things that you're trying to do or trying to grow in the way that you're trying to grow. You guys get together, combine heads. Again, they always say 2 heads is better than 1. Imagine 5. You guys all together will be a force to be reckoned with. Get a group, get a circle, get people that are on your side to help you doing the things that you're trying to do, and you'll just be unstoppable, like he said. Unstoppable.
I don't know who specifically was involved in this, but there was this thing created called like the Clout House or whatever. It was a bunch of it was a bunch of YouTubers, and they all lived together and they all seeked knowledge and they all tried to become the best streamers. They all studied the algorithm. They all studied marketing, and they all had the same goals. They all were constantly executing on their goals, streaming, whatever they was doing. But they learned how to conquer the internet together. They all lived in the same house. They had the same goals. They had the same ambitions, and they all figured out how to conquer the internet. And now they're all successful as
And there's multiple examples of that. What was the other one with Jake Paul?
I do not know that.
There was a huge house. Y'all, you guys, some of you guys will know. There was Jake Paul, he had his house and, he did his thing. Again, Logan Paul did the same thing. There was the Hype House. There was that one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these social media brands that are banding multiple people together and doing individual things that make them successful as a group. And then when they disband from each other, they're still successful. It's almost the same thing as a mentorship. You have a mentor or people around you doing the same thing. It's going to boost your signal. It's going to boost how much you're doing, how often you're doing it, because not only are you getting attention with yourself, but you're getting attention with these other people, or you're getting help with the mentorship on other stuff that you're not as good at. So there's always value that could be provided, and there's always things that will definitely help, such as, grouping together that will definitely boost the ability for you to succeed. And you guys should take advantage of those. 100% should take advantage of those.
Create that team and get started. Execute. You guys know what to do, so get off your ASS and execute.
Get it done, guys.
Yes, sir.
You guys
Yes, sir.
got to go outside and make sure you guys are getting these things done for real. It's not hard, like I said. Baby steps, man. Take it one step at a time.
I appreciate all you guys for watching. I need you guys to go check out our other episode on real estate investing that will be posted soon. And then we're going to have another episode, building and utilizing credit, that will be posted after that. You guys need to check those out if you want to learn how to, get into real estate, or if you want to learn how to get credit for your business or personal life. So check those out. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Hey, man, I just want to say thank you for letting me on your platform, giving some information to the people. And you guys, if you guys rewatch this whole video and all the other segments, you guys will be completely ready to start your own business and get your own journey on the way. Again, thank you for having me on here. Isaiah Kampmann,
Of course.
out.